And welcome back. We're coming to you live today from Memphis Jewish Home and Rehab. And we've got a friend of mine that we go back a long way, Judy Moss. She's the executive committee and building committee member. And she's had a family member that has been here. And but I want to talk a little bit just about our history together. I came to your home back when I was doing Fox Television. And you said, because you had a very unique situation. And he said, all that you can't tell anybody where we are. And I said, I won't. And then I proceeded to tell everybody where we were. And, at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're operating kind of on autopilot. And as soon as I got through, he said, you told her where we were. And I said, I did? He said, yes. And
we still laugh about that.
Well, yeah, well, you weren't laughing that day, I can tell you that.
No, I was not.
Thank God your husband was there. He was in between us going, no. Run for your life, run. But,
I have forgiven you.
I appreciate that. I knew it did 20 years to do it, so I said, okay, she's there today. She doesn't have any weapons on her, does she?
No.
But it's good to see you again.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
And so you had a family member here that before that's your first introduction?
Actually, when I was in my early 20s, my grandparents from New York both suffered strokes, and we brought them down here, and I used to go visit them on Tucker. And
the original location.
The original location. So as a young person, I learned how important it was to have a place where your loved ones can go and get rehab or to live, as they lived their life out.
Because really not that many people we went home.
Yes.
And then they just were kind of bedridden.
That's where people went to die, But then in the about 10 or 15 years ago, my mother fell and broke her leg, and she had to come here for rehab. And there were several more times that she would have to come here for rehab. And the last time that she came to have rehab, Bobby had just come here. Bobby was just hired. And
the executive director.
The executive director. And what a fabulous job he was doing here. And it made my mother's experience here 100% better. This facility is unbelievable. The people that work here, the staff, all the nurses, it's just an amazing place.
Some of the other places we've been, I see that a lot, though, people who have formed a relationship with someplace, and even though the people they had here are no longer here, they want to keep coming back and helping because they believe in what the work is being done here so much.
Absolutely. In fact, a relative of mine, his parents were somewhere else, and they had to go in the hospital, and the mother was doing so poorly that he was expecting to do funeral arrangements for her, and he was able to get both parents into our home here, and she is now feeding herself.
Oh, wow.
With the rehab that she's getting here, she's like a new person, and it's just fabulous.
And I guess that is the one thing I keep hearing over and over again is that the one thing everybody wants is to not have to worry about their loved ones.
Yes.
That is the biggest concern because, you're saying, look, we're taking from a hospital you didn't want to be in. Now we're taking you to a rehab that you don't want to go to.
Right.
But this is the best place we could find for you. And when they talk to other people, they give them a sense of comfort, and that's huge.
Yes, and it is absolutely the best place you can go. And nobody wants to go to rehab. Nobody wants to be in that position. Nobody wants to go someplace where they know they're going to be living out the rest of their life. But if you have to have the rehab and you have to go someplace, the Memphis Jewish Home is the best anywhere around.
When you first started coming here, and I asked Bobby this too, your first vision when you walked in the door and looked at it, because the first time I came here was they had a big art show and sale here.
Right.
And I was amazed because I've been to a number of homes before, and this is not anything like any of them.
It's not depressing. They have beautiful
it's really like walking
artwork.
into a hotel or something.
Yes.
And I mean, from the front door to the very front entry in the rooms here, they're open, airy.
And everyone here is warm and friendly. And the families of the patients are happy to be here because their loved ones are getting such great care.
Has it changed in your mind's eye and what you see today from when you first saw it? Because you said when Bobby came here, it changed a lot.
Oh, my goodness. From the first time when I went into the home on Tucker with my grandparents, that was depressing, very depressing. Then when the first time my mother had to come, it wasn't then what it is now.
Because I think with any organization, it really kind of comes from the top down.
Absolutely.
It's an attitude and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable.
And Bobby, in his quiet way, has made such a difference in the staff, the patients, the families. It is unbelievable what he has done here.
Well,
I'm so proud to be associated with the Memphis Jewish Home.
Well, and I think that, but what better facility to be proud of and part of than someplace that really helps people like this? And,
yes.
And, they call it the golden years, but in so many cases, it ain't so golden.
No.
And so the better you can make it and the quicker you can get. I think seeing people come back from when you think you may even lose them, like you were talking about, to the point where they're getting to go home again. You see them smile again, enjoy eating of their favorite food again.
And you don't have to be old to come to rehab here. There are many people that are.
Well, you said I could have come here.
You could have come here.
Yeah, I did not know that.
You should have come here.
They did not tell me.
Well, now you know, and you can spread the word.
He said, Judy Moss is over there. You know that, Earl. Let me get a little stronger. And you don't have to be Jewish to come here.
No, you don't.
A lot of people think because it's the Memphis Jewish home and rehab.
Right.
But somebody told me it's like 20% of the people here are Jewish, and everybody else are whatever they are.
That's right.
Because it's really about helping people.
Absolutely. And we're very proud of it.
What's your favorite food here?
The cookies.
Where's my cookies? They're gone.
No, the food is great. The food is very good.
It is, and I'm looking forward to coming back and eating at the deli because
you'll enjoy it.
I'm looking forward to it. For somebody that's out there right now listening, and this is something you think, well, it's going to happen someday, but I don't want to deal with it now. It is something you really ought to start looking at now.
Yes.
Before something happens, and because then you have to start looking at it's a high pressure situation.
Right. Do your research when you're healthy, and that way you can make an educated decision when you have the need.
And do you advise bringing your folks to these places? Say, let's all go look together.
Sure.
Because
they'd be happy to show you around. You're going to be the one that's going to be
staying here.
Absolutely.
And it could be one of us before you, but let's all go together.
And that way they cannot be afraid to come to the home.
Because they know where they're going.
That they know where they're going. They know what they have to look forward to, and it's fabulous.
To the patients, and I think that's always, it's a fear of the unknown. I think that alone would make it much better if they come here and they see what the rehab looks like, what the rooms look like, sit down and have something to eat, get something to eat.
And when they see the new rehab center, they won't believe it. The first time I walked into it, I was shocked, and I'm on the committee. I knew what was going to be.
This is what we built.
I was shocked. It's awesome.
Because it is hard to tell looking at blueprints and architectural drawings about what something's going to look like.
It's fabulous. Fabulous.
And we were talking earlier with the CEO, and she was telling us that they're looking about August now for opening.
Right.
And because everything runs behind, whatever they tell you.
Always when you're in construction.
Yeah.
That wraps up another hour of the Earle Farrell for Memphis show.